Hey, what's up, everybody? Consider this your Financial Freedom 101 crash course. We're going to really quickly cover why I think it's important for literally every person on this planet to be pursuing some form of financial freedom, to what financial freedom is. There are a lot of questions around this thing I talk about, financial freedom, financial independence, and what that actually means. And then 3, some resources that you can use to go take the next step on your journey to financial freedom. So first of all, number 1, I always got to start with why. First and foremost, it's kind of survival, right? So 66% of American families are living paycheck to paycheck. That means you are one medical bill, one accident, one blip in the radar from a career perspective, from a job loss perspective, from not being able to make it, right? 66% of Americans are check to check. That is a scary statistic, especially in today's market where AI is coming and disrupting a lot of things. Technology is always disrupting the labor force, right? So if you do not want to be one of those statistics, you've got to pursue a different path, right? And financial freedom is that. So first and foremost, it's survival mode. If something happens to your income stream or happens to your job or an expense, medical bill, something along those lines, you want to be able to make sure that you can still continue to put food on the table and pay your mortgage, right? So survival mode first and foremost. Number 2, and more, I won't say more important, but definitely more enjoyable, is it allows you to operate life from a different perspective. So think about those 66% of people who are forced to paycheck essentially. When things happen that they don't like at their job, they don't have a choice. They're going to that job no matter what, right? When careers change or when job roles change, or if you're in a sales position, you're forced to slam things through that maybe don't necessarily make sense for clients because you need that paycheck. You're dependent on that paycheck like a drug, right? So when you are financially free, when you've got a cash cushion, when you've got passive income coming in, anything that sets you out from this check living, you're able to operate life from a different perspective, and it allows you to be a little bit more stress-free. It allows you to make decisions that aren't necessarily primarily money focused. You can do it maybe because you enjoy it more, maybe because it's the right thing to do, or it's something that could be a little bit of a moonshot, but it's got a big upside and you can take that risk because you've got passive income coming in, right? So that is a super, super important part of pursuing financial freedom and really, really big benefit that I don't think gets talked about a lot. So, and I know the stress, a lot of people stress about money. And one of the best quotes that I've heard is, if you have a problem that money can solve and you have the money, you don't have a damn problem anymore, right? So, and it seems kind of superficial, but a lot of the things that day-to-day people worry about, when you have financial freedom, you don't worry about. You just write the check and you take care of it and you move on with your life. But for a lot of people, those little problems stress the crap out of them, right? So the easy example is 8-9 years ago, when we had to put tires on my wife's car and it's $1,000 to do so. That's a big deal, right? A couple months ago that happens and it's what it is, right? It doesn't matter anymore. So to be able to live with a little bit more stress-free when those little bumps arise is game changing. Okay, so that's why you should be pursuing financial freedom, right? What is financial freedom? It sounds really, really glorious and aspirational, but essentially it's just a math equation, right? So if you've got your expenses, say you're living on $4,500 a month or $5,000 a month or $5,500 a month, whatever your expenses are, it starts really with knowing what your expenses are. There's 100 different apps that you can use to track that, but you've got to know what your output is every month, how much money is going out. So that's your base. Your passive income, as soon as that exceeds that or it matches it, you're essentially financially free. You don't have to go trade time for dollars anymore. If you spend $5,000 a month to put food on the table, put gas in your cars, to make your payments, to pay your debts, and you have $5,000 of passive income coming in, you are essentially financially free. Now, you don't have to stop working. Most people don't, but then it gives you the ability to shift focus to do other things or to take chances on other business opportunities that you may not be able to in a different situation. So that is essentially financial freedom. It is just a numbers game when your passive income exceeds your expenses, right? So, and obviously you can build your passive income. That's what a lot of people focus on. You can also cut back your expenses to lower the spending on things that you might not necessarily find value in. But as soon as those things get to equal and your passive income exceeds those expenses, financially free, right? That's why you need to do it. That's what it is. A couple good resources in order to go pursue financial freedom or get around people who are pursuing financial freedom. Get plugged into communities that are all about financial freedom and looking at different ways of achieving it. Selfish plug, we run a free community called the Wealth Builder Circle that is all around focused about getting people to financial freedom through real estate investing. Now, you don't have to do real estate investing. There's a bunch of different asset classes and a bunch of different investing strategies that will get you to financial freedom, but real estate investing is a very, very popular one because it's great from a passive income perspective, or I should say a cash flow perspective. So Wealth Builder Circle, you can DM me, or the link is in my bio on Instagram at Mike Mel REI, free community to join. So that's a good one. Choose FI podcast in the community is also a really good one. Now, I've got my dislikes with that community. A lot of it is around frugality and around cutting your expenses to the bone. I'm not naturally a frugal person and I like enjoying life and just spending on things that I find value in, but it does have a very good base of knowledge for the financial freedom community, different strategies and how to get there. And then if you are one of those naturally frugal people, or that is the best way for you right now, because depending on where you are, cutting your expenses may be the best bet, that's a really good resource. So that's a fantastic resource. The Bigger Pockets of Money show, not the real estate investing show, also is a very financial independent focus. So check that out. And then one called the Action Academy podcast. All right. So the host of that podcast, the Action Academy podcast, Brian Lubin, wrote a great book, From Passive to Passionate: How to Quit Your Job, Grow Your Wealth, and Turn Your Passions into Profits. Good book, great community, all about financial freedom, and a little bit more on my side of financial freedom. Worried about the income, focusing on the income, the passive income versus like cutting your expenses to the bone, and really about living life. So those are really good resources to check out, but really just start with the basics. Get plugged into a community, get understanding the financial game, expenses and income and investing, and then really figure out why you're trying to do this. All right, so that is your crash course on financial freedom, and really why I think everybody should be pursuing financial freedom in some form or fashion, what it is at a high level, and a couple of resources to get you moving on your journey to financial freedom.